Hi everyone, so for today, for my meal, I made a soup, and I had bought the lentil mix quite a while ago. So this is the soup that I made. And what I did was I cut up one onion. The recipe doesn't call for garlic and ginger, but I wanted a little bit of a tang to it and for detox. So I cut up 2 cloves of garlic and an inch of ginger. I diced it and I braised that with the onions. And then I put in some tomatoes with that. And I put in a cup of that mix, the soup mix, it's lentils. I also added in 2 tablespoons of yellow lentils and 2 tablespoons of red lentils. And then I had the cubes for the chicken stock. So you mix one of those in 500 milliliters of boiling water and you mix it till it melts. And then you put that in. You need about 4 cups of the chicken stock. I just put in whatever was there. I put in, it comes to about 2 and a little bit. So I just put in water for that. And then another additional 2 cups of water. And for me, I added in a cup of milk. And then you just bring it to a boil. And once it's boiled, then you simmer it. It has to simmer for at least 60 to 90 minutes to get the lentils all soft, because you don't want to be eating hard lentils. So that's what I'm having for my evening meal today. And it's a good meal to have, very warming. But I don't know what we're going to do in Canada. It's just becoming harder and harder for everybody. But I'm praying that I get a break. I'm sure I'm not the only one sitting and crying at home. But I'm sure that God has a plan for this country. I just don't know what it is, because it's been going on from the time I came here. And it's not only me, like even when I came to Canada, people told me, like, if you want to go to England, you should try to go back, because everything here is like on contracts. They hire people on contracts and they don't make you permanent. That's why I was so upset when TD let me go. I told him, I'll stay, I'll take the demotion. They're like, no, we don't think it's going to work out. It's not a good fit and all that. So in the end, they're always like that when they're cutting costs. I mean, after 4 years, 5 years, and you're one of their top workers, then they let you go. It's very sad, especially if you're a caregiver or you've got elder care responsibilities or you've got children in your family. It's very hard. But anyway, it's depressing. That's all I can say. It's depressing. We have to look for the good in every day, because otherwise it's just too hard, especially when it's going on and on and on and nothing seems to be changing. That's how people get trafficked, because they put you into these circumstances where you can't see a way out, and then you get these job offers that are too good to be true. If you get people telling you that you have to pay for them to find you a job, that's a red flag. If you get people offering you jobs overseas with housing and accommodation and all that, that's a red flag. Especially caregiver jobs or, housekeeper jobs, that type of thing. Those are red flags. It's very sad. It's very sad and it's very distressing, because that's what these big companies are promoting, like the Global Fund and the pharmaceutical companies. It's on LinkedIn, it's on Facebook. They're saying, oh, it's just another job. No, it isn't. Deep down, people know that it's trafficking and that it's prostitution and that it shouldn't be happening. So I hope the G20 stands up against that, especially against Canada, because Canada supports it here. They support prostitution and sex work and all that. And then when it becomes unbearable, which is from the beginning, and the women step up, then they're like, oh no, we don't support trafficking. They're lying. They have a lot of trafficking going on in this country. It's very, very hard. It's very, very distressing. And that's why, even if I get a job in Zimbabwe, I'll go back. I don't mind going back. At least I'll be with our Indian community there. I won't be by myself, won't be on my own. Because this culture here, it's not a God-centered culture. It's not a culture with Christ at the heart of it. And it's not a culture that's supporting women's rights and human rights and all that. If you have to have huge conferences through HRPA to support humanizing the workplace, what does that tell you about Canada? And being on the Human Rights Watch list and Amnesty International list. What does it tell you about Canada? It's not only me saying it. It's even coming from the UN. The United Nations is also saying Canada is supporting the wrong values, promoting the wrong values, supporting medical assistance in dying. They don't have any supports in place for people who are unemployed, who need help for rent, for groceries. There's a stigma to going and taking food from the food banks. There is even unemployment, it's a stigma, especially after you've worked hard and you've come up and you've helped the companies and you've helped your church, you've helped the community. It's very, very sad. And it's over 2 million people using our food banks. It's very sad. Anyway, I guess the good news of the day is Roger Federer getting into that tennis Hall of Fame. I also voted for him. I think he deserves it. He was a very good tennis player. And I watched him from when he was young. So he deserves it. It's well done to him. And all of us who voted for him. Who won't get invited to meet him, to take photos with him, to be at his ceremonies. Good luck to all of us too. We're just there for, to show the love. Then they forget about us. Anyway, that's life. God sees. I'm an Elvis girl, so I don't put too much faith in any of them. I don't. But Elvis was not like anybody, so I don't put too much faith in any of them, none of them, because he took me to the Lord. So that's how it is.